The iPhone 18 Pro is shaping up to be one of Apple's biggest flagship upgrades in years, and if the latest leaks are accurate, this is the model that could push the iPhone into a new smartphone benchmark era. Cleaner design, smarter, hardware choices, and a serious camera and performance jump that's aimed at both everyday users and power users. Apple is expected to unveil the iPhone 18 Pro in September, reportedly alongside a new premium iPhone Ultra, and the early details suggest Apple is focusing on the stuff people actually notice every day: display immersion, camera consistency, battery efficiency, and next-level connectivity. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. Everything you're about to hear is based on rumors, leaks, and insider reports. Final specs and features can change before launch, but the overall direction of the iPhone 18 Pro leaks is surprisingly consistent. So let's break down what's reportedly coming and why it matters. First, the design change that a lot of people have been waiting for: a smaller dynamic island. The iPhone 18 Pro is rumored to keep the dynamic island concept, but shrink it down so it feels less like a permanent cutout and more like a subtle UI element. That might sound like a minor tweak, but it's actually huge for day-to-day use. A smaller dynamic island means more clean screen space, a more immersive look when watching videos, scrolling social media, or gaming, and less visual distraction when notifications pop in and out. Apple basically wants you to feel the display first, and let the smart cutout experience fade into the background until you need it. Now let's talk cameras, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro leaks get really spicy. The big headline is that Apple is reportedly moving to 48 megapixel sensors across all cameras. That's important because right now, many phones have one great camera and then the other lenses feel like compromises. If Apple truly brings 48 megapixel to every camera, the ultra-wide and telephoto shots could finally match the main camera more closely in detail, clarity, and editing flexibility, especially when you crop in or shoot in challenging light. Another major camera upgrade being rumored is variable aperture technology. In simple terms, that means the camera lens can physically adapt to lighting conditions, letting in more light when it's dark and controlling light better when it's bright. If Apple implements this well, it could improve low-light photos, reduce blown-out highlights in daytime shots, and give you more natural depth and better control over how real your images look. And for anyone who takes portraits, there's also talk of an enhanced portrait mode that looks more lifelike, less artificial edge detection, better skin tones, and a more natural background blur that doesn't scream software effect. So, if you're someone who shoots a lot of content, photos, reels, TikToks, YouTube shorts, this could be the iPhone generation where the camera system feels consistently pro across every lens, not just the main one. Apple is also rumored to refresh the iPhone 18 Pro color options with a more stylish premium palette. Leaks mention finishes like light blue, dark cherry, dark gray, and silver. And if Apple gets these shades right, especially that dark cherry, this could easily become one of those most wanted color years where one finish sells out everywhere and becomes the signature look of the generation. But here's one of the more interesting hardware changes. Apple is rumored to be replacing traditional capacitive buttons with pressure sensing buttons. The idea is that instead of moving parts, the phone detects pressure input while still giving you tactile feedback. If Apple really goes all in on this, it could improve durability over time, reduce failure points, and potentially help with water and dust resistance. It can also simplify manufacturing and repairs, because fewer mechanical parts usually means fewer things to physically break. The real question is how natural it will feel, because iPhone users are picky about buttons. Feel. If Apple nails the haptics, pressure sensing buttons could feel premium. If they don't, people will complain immediately. But from a long-term reliability perspective, it's a bold move that makes sense. Performance-wise, the iPhone 18 Pro is expected to run on Apple's A20 Pro chip. Leaks suggest around a 15% performance boost, which should translate to smoother multitasking, faster app launches, better gaming performance, and improved camera processing. But the bigger deal might be efficiency. Reports claim up to 30% better energy efficiency. And in real life, that's the upgrade most users feel the most. Less battery anxiety, less heat, and more consistent performance over a full day. There's also a battery rumor specific to the iPhone 18 Pro Max, a slight bump from around 5100 mAh to 5200 mAh. On its own, 100mm doesn't sound dramatic, but combine that with a more efficient A20 Pro, and you could get noticeably better endurance, especially for heavy use like navigation, video recording, hotspot use, and long streaming sessions. Connectivity is another area where the iPhone 18 Pro could be a major leap. Apple is rumored to be using its in-house C2 modem, aiming for better efficiency and more stable performance. That's a big deal because modems impact everything: signal strength, battery drain on 5G, call quality, and how your phone behaves in crowded areas. If Apple's C2 modem is a genuine improvement, it could be one of those quiet upgrades that makes the iPhone 18 Pro feel more reliable every single day. And then there's the feature that could change how people think about coverage: expanded 5G satellite support. The rumor says Apple may move beyond emergency-only satellite features and add more general messaging capability. Think about that for a second. If you can send messages when you're off-grid, traveling, hiking, or dealing with a network outage, that's not just a cool feature. That's a real safety and convenience upgrade that instantly separates the iPhone 18 Pro from phones that rely entirely on traditional cell towers. Now, launching alongside the iPhone 18 Pro, there's also talk of a premium iPhone Ultra. We don't have confirmed pricing yet, but the Ultra is expected to sit above the Pro line with exclusive capabilities, basically Apple's best of the best iPhone for people who want the top tier without compromises. If Apple positions the Ultra correctly, the iPhone 18 Pro could become the smart choice flagship, while the iPhone Ultra becomes the dream device for enthusiasts and high-end buyers. So if we sum up the iPhone 18 Pro leaks in the simplest way possible: a more immersive front design with a smaller dynamic island, a camera system that's reportedly going all 48MP with variable aperture tech, a new premium color lineup, pressure-sensing buttons for durability and refinement, the A20 Pro chip for faster performance and better battery efficiency, Apple's C2 modem for upgraded connectivity, and 5G satellite messaging that could keep you connected when networks fail. Now the question is yours. If Apple delivers all of this in September, is the iPhone 18 Pro the upgrade worth waiting for, or are you holding out for the iPhone Ultra?